Welcome! Today we're making a delicious strawberry cheesecake. We'll start with a buttery graham cracker crust, then make a creamy filling and top it with fresh strawberries. Let's dive in and create a dessert that's both simple and spectacular. Let's get over the ingredients. For the crust, you'll need graham cracker crumbs for that classic crunchy base. Mix these with a bit of sugar for sweetness and melted butter to bind everything together. For the filling, you'll need softened cream cheese. This is the star of the cheesecake, giving it that rich, creamy texture. Sugar adds sweetness, while sour cream adds a slight tang and helps to keep the cheesecake smooth. Vanilla extract enhances the flavor, and eggs provide structure. We'll also add a bit of flour to prevent cracking and some lemon zest for a subtle citrus note. Finally, for the topping, fresh strawberries add a bright, fruity contrast, with sugar and lemon juice to enhance their natural flavor. Cornstarch thickens the topping, making it perfect for spreading on top. Let's start with the crust. First, preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 163 degrees Celsius. This ensures the oven is ready when the crust goes in. Now take your graham cracker crumbs and pour them into a medium-sized bowl. Add the sugar. This will give the crust a nice sweetness to balance the tangy cheesecake filling. Next, melt your butter and pour it over the crumb mixture. Stir everything together until all the crumbs are evenly coated. The butter binds the crumbs together, so make sure every bit is moistened. It should feel like wet sand and hold together if you press it. Now grab your 9-inch springform pan. Pour the crumb mixture into the pan and use the back of a spoon or a flat-bottomed glass to press it down firmly and evenly. This step is important for creating a solid, even base for your cheesecake. You want to make sure the crust is tightly packed, especially around the edges. Once the crust is pressed in, pop the pan into your preheated oven and bake for 10 minutes. This will set the crust, giving it a slight crispness that will hold up against the creamy filling. After 10 minutes, take it out and set it aside to cool while we move on to the cheesecake filling. Now let's make the cheesecake filling. Start by placing your softened cream cheese into a large mixing bowl. Using an electric mixer, beat the cream cheese on medium speed for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's smooth and creamy. This step is crucial to avoid lumps in your cheesecake, so make sure the cream cheese is fully softened before you start. Next, gradually add the sugar to the cream cheese. Continue beating the mixture until the sugar is fully incorporated. You'll notice the mixture becoming a bit lighter and smoother. The sugar helps to sweeten the cheesecake and also plays a role in creating that smooth texture. Once the sugar is mixed in, it's time to add the sour cream and vanilla extract. The sour cream adds a subtle tang and helps to keep the cheesecake extra creamy, while the vanilla extract enhances the overall flavor. Mix until everything is fully combined and the mixture is silky smooth. Now add the eggs one at a time. After each egg, beat the mixture until the egg is fully incorporated before adding the next one. This step is important to ensure that the eggs are evenly distributed throughout the filling, which will help the cheesecake set properly. Don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl occasionally to make sure everything is mixed in evenly. Finally, add the flour and the lemon zest. The flour helps to stabilize the cheesecake and prevent cracks, while the lemon zest adds a refreshing hint of citrus. Mix until just combined. Be careful not to overmix at this stage, as overmixing can incorporate too much air, which might cause the cheesecake to crack as it bakes. Once your filling is ready, pour it over the cooled crust in the springform pan, spreading it out evenly. Now your cheesecake is ready for baking. Now it's time to bake the cheesecake. First, place your springform pan with the cheesecake filling into a large roasting pan. We're going to create a water bath, which is key to preventing cracks in your cheesecake. Carefully pour hot water into the roasting pan until it reaches about halfway up the sides of the springform pan. This water bath helps to create a gentle, even heat around the cheesecake, which keeps it from drying out and cracking as it bakes. With the water bath ready, place the entire setup into your preheated oven. Bake the cheesecake for about 60 to 70 minutes. You'll know it's done when the edges are set, but the center still has a slight jiggle. That jiggle is important. It means the cheesecake is creamy and not overbaked. Once the cheesecake is baked, turn off the oven, but leave the cheesecake inside. Crack the oven door open slightly and let the cheesecake cool in the oven for about 1 hour. This gradual cooling process is another step to help prevent cracks. If the cheesecake cools too quickly, it might develop cracks on the surface, so this slow cooling step is essential. After the hour is up, carefully remove the cheesecake from the water bath. Set it on a cooling rack and let it come to room temperature. Once it's no longer warm, cover the cheesecake and refrigerate it for at least 4 hours, or preferably overnight. This chilling time allows the cheesecake to fully set, giving it that perfect dense yet creamy texture when you slice into it. After it's chilled, your cheesecake is ready for the final touch, adding the strawberry topping. Let's make the strawberry topping for your cheesecake. Start by combining your fresh strawberries, sugar, and lemon juice in a medium saucepan. Place the saucepan over medium heat. As the mixture heats up, the strawberries will begin to release their juices and the sugar will start to dissolve. Stir occasionally to help the sugar mix in evenly and to prevent the strawberries from sticking to the bottom of the pan. After about 5 to 7 minutes, you'll notice the strawberries have softened and the mixture has become nice and juicy. At this point, it's time to thicken the sauce slightly. Take your cornstarch mixture. This is just cornstarch mixed with a little water to create a slurry, and slowly pour it into the saucepan. Stir continuously as you add the cornstarch to avoid any lumps. Keep cooking the mixture for another 2 to 3 minutes. You'll see the sauce start to thicken, giving it a beautiful, glossy finish. The cornstarch works quickly, so you don't need to cook it for too long, just until the sauce has reached a consistency where it can coat the back of a spoon. Once the sauce has thickened, remove it from the heat and let it cool to room temperature. It's important to let the sauce cool completely before you pour it over the cheesecake, as this will help the topping set nicely and not run off the sides. As it cools, the sauce will thicken even more, making it perfect for spreading over your chilled cheesecake. Now that everything is ready, it's time to assemble your cheesecake. First, carefully remove the cheesecake from the springform pan. To do this, run a knife around the edge of the cheesecake to loosen it from the sides, then gently release the springform latch and lift the outer ring away. Transfer the cheesecake to a serving plate. Next, take your cooled strawberry topping and pour it over the top of the cheesecake. Use a spoon or spatula to spread the topping evenly across the surface, making sure it covers the entire top layer. The vibrant red strawberries will add a beautiful finishing touch and a burst of fresh flavor. Once the topping is in place, pop the cheesecake back into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. This extra chilling time allows the topping to set, ensuring it stays in place when you slice into the cheesecake. After it's chilled, your strawberry cheesecake is ready to serve. Enjoy each creamy, fruity bite. And lastly, here are a few tips to ensure your cheesecake turns out perfectly. First, make sure your cream cheese, eggs, and sour cream are all at room temperature before you start mixing. This helps achieve a smooth, lump-free filling and ensures even mixing. Be careful not to over-mix the batter. Mix the ingredients just until they're combined to avoid incorporating too much air, which can cause cracks in the cheesecake as it bakes. When using a water bath, wrap the outside of your springform pan with aluminum foil before placing it in the water bath. This will help prevent any water from seeping into the cheesecake and keeps the crust from becoming soggy. And finally, enjoy your creamy, dreamy strawberry cheesecake.